Number 1. What if I told you the most powerful supercomputer on Earth isn't made of metal or wires, but is sitting right inside your skull? The human brain is the most mysterious object in the known universe. A fragile organ weighing barely 3 pounds, yet inside it pulses an unfathomable network of 86 billion neurons, firing electricity faster than lightning storms in the sky. Each neuron connects to thousands of others, forming a galaxy of thoughts, memories, emotions, and dreams, more complex than the Milky Way itself. Every second, your brain generates more electrical impulses than every phone, computer, or server on Earth combined. And all of it happens silently, invisibly, without you even noticing. Right now, as you listen, the neurons in your brain are sparking at incredible speed, over 100 trillion connections activating in real time, shaping your reality. When you remember something, when you feel fear or joy, when your heart races or your hands tremble, it's all just neurons communicating in a language made of electricity and chemicals. Here's something terrifying. Your brain can rewire itself, physically changing shape based on every experience, every heartbreak, every trauma, every success. Scientists call it neuroplasticity. It means your identity is not fixed. You are constantly being rebuilt from the inside out, and despite its power, we barely understand it. Neuroscientists estimate we only truly grasp around 10% of what the brain is capable of. The remaining 90% remains unexplored territory, a dark ocean hidden behind bone and blood. The brain controls everything. It stores the most important moments of your life, yet it can also erase them without warning. It can create vivid worlds while you sleep, generating dreams that feel more real than reality. It can heal itself or destroy itself. When you learn something new neural pathways physically grow, like tiny branches forming inside your skull. When you practice something repeatedly, those pathways thicken and strengthen, becoming highways of information. But when you stop using them, they wither, fading into silence. The brain never stops working. Even when you sleep, it is more active than during the day, cleaning toxins, sorting memories, deciding what deserves to be kept, and what should be erased forever. The strangest part? The brain named itself. It is the only organ capable of studying itself, questioning its own existence and shaping the world around it. And still, we cannot explain consciousness. We don't know why you are you. We don't know where your thoughts truly come from. We don't know what happens to the mind when the brain dies. The human brain is the most powerful, most dangerous, and most mysterious force we know. It can invent miracles or unleash nightmares. It can save lives or end them. It can build civilizations or tear them apart. And all of it begins with 86 billion neurons firing in the darkness. So the real question is, if the brain is powerful enough to create the universe within your mind, what else is it capable of that we have yet to discover? Number 2. What if I told you, right now, inside your chest, there's a machine more powerful than any engine humans have ever built, working non-stop, day and night, without ever asking for rest? The human heart is one of the most extraordinary organs in existence, a fist-sized muscle weighing barely 300 grams, yet it fuels every second of your life. While you are awake, asleep, laughing, crying, it never stops. Not for a minute, not for a second. Every day your heart beats roughly 100,000 times. That's 35 million beats per year, and more than 2.5 billion times in an average lifetime. With each beat, it pumps blood through a network of vessels long enough to wrap around the Earth more than twice. Over 96,000 kilometers of life-giving pathways. And it completes this journey in less than 60 seconds, over and over again. If your heart ever paused for just a few seconds, everything would shut down. Your thoughts fade, your vision darkens, your world collapses into silence. This relentless engine creates enough pressure to squirt blood up to 9 meters if an artery were cut. It generates enough energy in a lifetime to drive a truck around the world multiple times. It is a biological powerhouse, and yet it beats quietly, asking for nothing. Inside the heart, electrical signals spark rhythm like thunder within muscle. A tiny cluster of specialized cells, called the pacemaker, fires impulses that command every beat. No batteries, no cables, no software, just nature's perfect engineering. And here's something astonishing. The heart can beat outside the body as long as it has oxygen and nutrients. It possesses its own electrical system, a rhythm that continues even without brain input. It is in every sense alive on its own, but the most mysterious part is not its power, It is its fragility. One moment of stress, a heartbreak, a sudden shock, and your heartbeat can change instantly. It responds to emotion faster than the mind can comprehend. Your heart speeds up when you're afraid, slows when you feel safe, and aches when you lose someone you love. It remembers pain. It stores trauma. It reacts before the brain even understands what is happening. Scientists still cannot fully explain how emotion and heartbeat are connected. Why do we clutch our chest when grief strikes? Why does joy make the heart feel lighter? Why do we say, follow your heart? And why is it so often right? Maybe because the heart is more than a muscle. Maybe it is the compass of our existence. It beats for us until its final moment. A clock that never stops ticking until the day it silently reaches zero. So the next time you feel your pulse, remember this. You are alive because a tireless engine inside you has beaten more than 100,000 times today. And it's still beating now. Number 3. Right now, inside your body, a river is moving faster and farther than you could ever imagine, traveling nearly 19,000 kilometers every single day. Blood, a liquid more valuable than gold, more essential than air, and more mysterious than we fully understand. It looks simple, just a red fluid, but inside it an entire universe is constantly in motion. In the human body, blood travels an astonishing distance of around 19,000 kilometers every single day, a journey longer than the diameter of the Earth. Imagine this. Your blood is constantly circulating through 96,000 kilometers of vessels, looping through highways of arteries, veins, and capillaries that stretch farther than the distance around the planet twice. This journey begins with a single beat of the heart. With every contraction, blood is launched at incredible pressure, racing through the body in less than 60 seconds, delivering oxygen, nutrients, hormones, and life to every cell. Within just 1 minute, blood completes an entire full-body circuit, and it repeats this cycle 1/500 times a day. Inside every drop, there are about 5 million red blood cells, each carrying oxygen like tiny lifeboats. Together, they make more than 250 billion deliveries every hour, traveling endlessly without rest. If all the red blood cells in your body were placed in a line, they would stretch around the Earth 4 times. And they carry the fuel that keeps your brain thinking, your muscles moving, your heart beating, and your body alive. But blood is more than a transport system. It is a battlefield. Inside that flowing river, white blood cells hunt down invaders, attacking viruses and bacteria with microscopic violence. Platelets race to injuries in seconds, patching wounds like emergency repair crews. It is a war fought every second, without your awareness. And the entire system is so delicate that the wrong change, a blocked artery, a torn vessel, a single clot in the wrong place, can stop the flow instantly, ending everything. Your blood knows when to fight, when to heal, when to freeze, when to burn with fever, and when to protect you, sometimes even from yourself. It adapts to fear, thickening when you panic, moving faster when you run, slowing when you sleep. It carries chemicals that contain your memories of stress, trauma, and pain. Scientists still don't understand all its secrets. How does blood know where to go? How does it navigate billions of pathways without getting lost? How can something so fragile keep us alive with such precision? One thing is certain, if the river ever stops flowing, even for a moment, the body collapses. No heartbeat, no breath, no thought, just silence. So the next time your pulse throbs beneath your skin, remember that inside you, a journey longer than continents is happening right now. A silent, invisible miracle. Blood travels over 19,000 kilometers today, just to keep you alive. Number 4. What if I told you, hidden inside your body is a material stronger than steel? A natural armor forged by evolution, capable of withstanding forces that would snap metal in half. Deep within your body lies a structure engineered with impossible perfection. The femur, also known as the thigh bone, is the longest, heaviest, and strongest bone in the human skeleton. At first glance, it looks ordinary, just a simple bone connecting the hip to the knee. But inside it hides power beyond imagination. Based on compressive strength, the femur is stronger than steel. Steel can withstand around 250 megapascals of pressure, but the femur can endure over 260 megapascals before breaking. That's enough force to support the weight of an entire car. Every step you take, every jump, every sprint, the femur absorbs shock waves of pressure traveling upward from the ground, protecting your spine and skull from collapse. Its hollow structure reduces weight while distributing pressure perfectly across its surface. a design that even modern engineers struggle to replicate. When you run, the femur handles forces up to 5 times your body weight. When you land from a jump, that pressure can increase to 10 times. Yet it remains unbroken, bending slightly, absorbing impact like a living suspension system. Inside it lies bone marrow, a biological factory producing billions of blood cells every day, the very cells that carry oxygen to your heart and brain. So not only does the femur support your body, it also creates the blood that keeps you alive. But here's the paradox: something so strong can also be incredibly fragile. A femur only breaks under extreme trauma, car crashes, enormous falls, or brutal impact. And when it does, the pain is described as one of the most excruciating experiences a human can feel. The strength that once protected you becomes a warning, a reminder of how close survival and destruction exist together. The femur is a masterpiece of natural engineering. Its blend of collagen for flexibility and calcium phosphate for hardness forms a hybrid structure no synthetic material can match. It heals itself when damaged, something steel could never do. It learns from stress, growing stronger the more you challenge it. But when a person stops moving, when life becomes still, the femur becomes weaker, thinning quietly until one day, pressure wins. Inside every femur is a story of evolution, endurance, and survival. It has carried humanity through war, migration, storms, and time itself. It allowed our ancestors to run from predators, to chase food, to explore the unknown. It helped us stand upright, see farther, and build civilization. So the next time you take a step, remember this: you are walking on a structure stronger than metal, a natural weapon, a living pillar built to withstand the impossible. The femur, proof that the human body is a miracle of engineering far beyond anything we have ever built. Number 5. What if I told you there is a part of your body filled with acid so powerful it can dissolve metal? Acid strong enough to melt flesh, bone, almost anything it touches. Deep inside your body lies a chamber of controlled destruction, a biological furnace known as the stomach. Its job is simple: to break down everything you eat into fuel powerful enough to keep you breathing, moving, thinking, and surviving. But there is a brutal truth most people never realize. The stomach is filled with hydrochloric acid, one of the most corrosive substances found in nature. On the pH scale, it ranks between 1 and 2, strong enough to dissolve razor blades and metal nails in laboratory tests. If you touch that acid with your bare skin, it would burn straight through. Yet somehow, that same acid sits inside your body every minute of your life, churning, boiling, waiting. So the real question is, why doesn't it destroy you from the inside out? The answer is both terrifying and miraculous. The stomach protects itself with a constantly renewing shield, a layer of mucus-producing cells that rebuild every 3 to 4 days. If this layer stopped regenerating, even for a short time, the acid would begin eating through the stomach wall, burning a hole through your body known as an ulcer. And if the damage continued long enough, it could be fatal. Every few days, an entire army of stomach cells self-destructs, sacrificing themselves to prevent you from melting from the inside. Think about that. Cells are dying right now, giving their lives so you can continue living yours. Inside the stomach, digestion is not gentle, it is violent. Muscles grind your food like machinery, twisting and crushing it into liquid paste. Meanwhile, acid and enzymes break chemical bonds apart piece by piece, reducing even the toughest meat into nothing. This system is so powerful that it can break down nearly anything, but strangely, not itself. Not because the stomach is immune, but because it is constantly rebuilt, repaired, and reinforced, like a castle under endless siege. During stress, fear, or anger, the stomach produces even more acid, sometimes more than the protective lining can handle. That's why emotional pain becomes physical, why anxiety burns, and why heartbreak literally hurts. The stomach listens to your feelings faster than your brain can respond. It twists when you're scared, turns when you're nervous, aches when you're grieving. It is a battlefield where emotion and biology collide. Scientists still don't understand every secret behind the stomach's extraordinary regeneration. How does it know when to rebuild? How does it avoid destroying itself? How does a soft organ hold something so deadly? But one thing is undeniable. Your survival depends on a cycle of destruction and rebirth happening inside you every 72 hours. Without that renewal, you would collapse into agony, your body quite literally dissolving itself from within. So the next time you eat or feel your stomach tighten, remember this. Inside you is a chamber of acid, a controlled storm of power, a factory that burns and rebuilds itself endlessly just to keep you alive.